MRN Crew Call on MRN.com is presented by Moneylion, the world's most powerful financial membership. Moneylion, here we roar. And also brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
MRN Crew Call presented by Moneylion. I am your host, Rocko Williams, on this Wednesday, August 7th. What's up, guys? I am joined by Brandon Grier and Rod Cox. But before we start, I just have to point out the blatant disrespect that I am enduring right now. If you've noticed this atrocity that's on my table right now, this helmet right here, it's just an eyesore. It's just so ugly and just...
It's a nice piece.
The colors, I mean, are just...
The greatest ever? Yeah.
No, we already know what the greatest school ever in North Carolina is, and that is...
Appalachian State.
No. That's the counterfeit black and gold. It is the Wake Forest University, but I'm going to let them slide today because these are my illegitimate sons, so I imagine that y'all would do something like that to just disrespect me on national air radio waves like that. But anyways, thanks for joining me today, guys. These are the pit crew for the number 37, driven by Chris Busher and Hendrick Motorsports athletes, fresh from Watkins Glen. Everything all right out there?
Yeah, everything was pretty good.
Everything's pretty good?
It went way smoother than last year. Way smoother.
You're already talking about backward stops. Yeah. That's like on everybody's nightmare list. Like, damn, backward stops are coming.
Yeah.
You know, but it wasn't all bad for y'all. I mean, your teammates did win. And Chase Elliott. Let's go back and see what happened. I'm going to read what Chase Elliott did do. It was deja vu in a replay of last year's Go Bowling at the Glen. Martin Truex chased pole winner Chase Elliott lap after lap around the just under 3-mile road course, using everything in his arsenal to try to deprive Chase Elliott with his second straight victory at the Glen, but nothing worked for Truex. He ended up beating Martin Truex to the line by, I think, under half a second. It was an exciting race, and that was Chevrolet's first driver with multiple wins this season, right? And then that was very good for you as a team. Do you know that number 9 team crew, pit crew personally?
Yes.
I mean, you train with them and everything?
Oh, yeah.
So they deserve that win, right?
Oh, yeah. Every single person on that squad. All of them works really hard, from the crew chief to the fueler, so
that's good. So y'all in high spirits right now. I did get a message sent from me from TJ Semke, the jackman for the number 9, and he's gonna talk a little bit of what that meant to his team by winning there, and then we're gonna hear what he says. Come back to us, take a quick break, and then we're gonna get more into my guests on the show. But let's hear what TJ had to say about that second win at Watkins Glen, that back-to-back win at Watkins Glen.
It's awesome to go back to Watkins Glen and grab another win. We won there last year. And then to come back this year and not just repeat and win again, but to win in a dominating way. Chase was flawless all day. We executed our pit stops, kept him up front. You know, the month of July wasn't the best month for us as a team. And so to start off the month of August with a big win like that, hopefully we'll kind of flip our momentum and, give us a little head of steam heading into the chase. Dominating a race like that is awesome to see, and it shows that, we really do have a team from driver, crew chief, pit crew. We have what it takes to win a championship, and that's the ultimate goal. So to have a win like that where you truly dominate just shows, what your team can be capable of when you go out there and execute. So we're excited to get another win out Watkins Glen, but, ultimately we're looking forward into the chase and hopefully bringing some of that momentum from this week into the playoffs.
What's up? Vaughn Gittin Jr. here. How would you like the keys to a 700 horsepower custom-built Ford Mustang RTR designed by none other than NASCAR champ Joey Logano, the RTR design team, and me? It's one of 3 Mustangs you could win in the Moneylion Here We Roar sweepstakes. How do you enter? Just text ROAR to 95615 or visit roarsweepstakes.moneylion.com.
No purchase necessary. Instant 2019. Must be 18 or older. For official sweepstake rules, visit roarsweepstakes.moneylion.com. Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina is redefining the drive-thru coffee game in Race City, USA. The Clutch experience is fast, friendly, and delicious. Quality drinks and unmatched customer service is the name of the game. Clutch Coffee Bar offers signature lattes and mochas, custom flavor-infused energy drinks, smoothies, and more. Over 25 flavors, there's something for everyone. Visit our 2 locations in Mooresville, 356 Williamson Road and 154 West Plaza Drive. Open daily from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Power up today with Clutch Coffee Bar.
At the Goddard School, teachers customize lessons so children can explore their interests, have fun, and learn the skills they need for success in school and beyond. From infant sign language to pre-K students tackling STEAM learning, our Flex Learning Program or Fun Learning Experience is grounded in research that shows the most genuine learning occurs when children are having fun. Our teachers leverage this through lessons inspired by children's imaginations. To enroll, visit GoddardSchool.com. The Goddard School, learning for fun, learning for life.
Get in School is presented by the Goddard School, the best childhood preparation for social and academic success. Visit thegoddardschool.com for more information. The Goddard School, learning for fun, learning for life. And we're going to learn them something today in our Get in School. I learned something reading about you, Brandon Grier. I knew when you came in as a rookie at Hendrick Motorsports, I was there as well, you were a beast. But I had no idea the type of beast that you were at Appalachian State because Appalachian State compared to Wake Forest, they just were so subpar. I never really paid any attention to them at all. I mean, I was like, who is this shallow of a team, this black and gold wannabes?
But
I got to admit, you did your thing.
Yes, sir.
You did your thing. So let me just read what I read about you. This was, while perhaps overshadowed on a defense stacked with All-American candidates, Grier was one of the nation's top linebackers at the weak side position. Stellar play throughout his career has largely flown under the radar due to ASU's steady stream of superstars at linebacker. He was snubbed for all Southern Conference consideration and ranked 8th in the league in 97 tackles and tied 12th with 10.5 tackles for a loss. Is Appalachian State's leader with 171 career tackles. Is that still the case? Or did you get passed up?
Oh, no, that was probably just for
that's that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 6'2", 232 possesses the ideal frame for a linebacker with the ability to stuff the run while also manning up against tight ends. And then I think of you as the tire carrier, man. I mean, talk to me about your experience at App State. I mean, when they say under the radar, what do they mean?
So I played behind some great linebackers. DJ Smith actually went on to play for Green Bay for a couple of years, and he was starting ahead of me. Jock Roman was another guy in there. And I kind of filled in on the weak side early in my career, on my sophomore year. So me learning the ropes and those guys just flying around, like I just had to pick up the scraps wherever I could. And then it went on to my junior year where me and Jeremy Kimbrough was actually holding down the middle. And Jeremy Kimbrough I think he's a 2-time All-American as well. And then we had a couple guys in our secondary who was All-American. So,
That's amazing. All those All-Americans, man.
Yes, sir.
Is that what happens when you play against high school competition? I mean, shoot.
I'm going to tell you what.
I could be an All-American too, right, Rod?
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what. I'm pretty sure we had the best team in North Carolina my junior and senior year. Best college team in North Carolina my junior and senior year.
You see my face? Oh, you can't see my face, but we can. If that's how you feel,
that's exactly how I feel.
I'll appreciate that. Okay, no comments. Anyways, the best team in North Carolina, Rod.
Yes,
you agree with that, right?
NC State, correct.
So your career at NC State, man, and then I mean, from NC State, both of y'all, had great careers, great college careers. But then Rod, when you came to Hendrick to that combine, first of all, how did you end up at Hendrick for this combine, and what were your initial thoughts?
Well, it was actually my coach, D'Antonio Burnett. He goes by the name of Thunder. He's our strength and conditioning coach. I was in his office, telling him about all the good times that I had, and thanks, giving my appreciation for all his hard work that he put into me when nobody else would. Like, he was the only one that was, like, every day. It was just me and him, and he was working with me every day. And so I was packing my bags, getting ready to go to an interview for engineering in Virginia.
Because you were a civil engineer graduate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What is that?
Well, everything that you can see
There's
in a
just-
city is pretty much civil engineering. Like, we design buildings, roads, airports, railways, like everything that has to do with civilization, pretty much. So that's what civil engineers do. So I was headed to an interview, and he told me about this opportunity at Hendrick Motorsports to be in the pit crew. And then
Get your jobs.
he told me about this position, and I talked to Coach Flynn, and I coordinated a trip down here, and I went down there to the combine, and I actually made it. Like, I did well. When I showed up, it was exactly like pro day. You know, you had to run the 5-10-5, the L drill, the vert jump, bench press test, all that stuff. So I kind of felt at home. You know what I mean? And I fell in love with it then. You know, I actually made it that time, but my mom wanted me to finish my degree. So I went back to school and finished out my last semester. And then I came back again, did the same tryout and everything, and made it again.
That's what you meant by Rod should have originally been in your class.
Yeah.
So
we
instead
roomed
of,
together.
Instead of accepting the invitation or the consideration, you went back to finish your degree. Why'd you do that, man? That's smart, man.
My mama told me to.
Those mamas.
Listen to my
Mama said.
So anyways, y'all can relate to that experience. I want to play a little game with you, Rod. I'm going to read some quotes your quotes during that whole process of recruiting. Brandon, I want you to translate that. All right. So, first I'm going to start off with Rod Cox. Immediately didn't know much about NASCAR at first. He just knew they were cars that raced around really fast, like all of us pretty much who come into the sport. Yeah. We don't grow up loving this sport. We don't follow it. So it's a little bit eerie when somebody tells you about NASCAR. You're like, what? No. So I already know what you were going through with that. But here's some quotes from you, Rod, that you said. You said, "It's kind of mind-blowing. It feels like I'm dreaming. It's a great opportunity and experience to do this with the biggest NASCAR names out there." What did he mean by that, Brandon?
I think, I know exactly what he means. When Hendrick brings groups in, they put you right in the mix with their top cars. So when we came in, we practiced with these guys, clean up behind them and stuff like that. When you actually get to the track, you're a part of the big show. So they don't just, bring you there and have you sit on the sideline. No, you're rolling in tires, you're handing in. So to be a part of that experience is eye-opening. And, to see how they do it at that level is eye-opening, especially like when you don't know nothing about the sport.
All right. Absolutely. Cox. Okay. At first, I didn't know what I was getting into. Oh, did I say that one already? No. Yep. At first, I didn't know what I was getting into. But after I did research and figured out what was going on, I'm really amazed that I'm on such a great team. How did he feel when he said that?
I guess like you said before, like we're used to stick and ball. So when you say NASCAR, you're thinking that, you're going to be changing oil or something like that until you actually get out there and then you see, okay, this is an athletic movement that I have to do. And we work with a lot of talented guys who honestly could, start anywhere in NASCAR. So to be a part of that from the jump, it's very eye-opening, like I said before.
Absolutely, especially starting off at the top, right, Rod? And I don't think you really knew you were starting off at the top.
I didn't.
When you first came in, you were just showing up to the combine.
Right.
But you didn't realize what that was. So when you did the research, you were like, oh.
Yeah. Is this who I'm working for?
Right. Okay. We have to be fast, but the main thing is not messing up and being consistent. Brandon.
Yeah. So going back to stick and ball, like you can be athletic enough to make up a play, but out here is like off on the racetrack is all fundamentals. Like if I miss a hang and it'll throw his timing off. Or if he misses a lug nut, it'll throw my timing off. So all of that stuff plays into, not wanting to mess up.
This one is for both of y'all because this one probably resonates with you very much. Both of y'all right now can relate to this one. I mean, you can relate to everything, but this one more so than others. There's no set time on when to move up on a cup team. It's determined on how quickly and how well you catch on. That determines how fast you get put on a car like Jeff Gordon, Casey Kane, or Jimmy Johnson's car, because at the time, that's who the those guys were when you were coming in, you know?
Yeah.
So before you answer that question, what did you think of when y'all saw me?
I was like, man, look at him.
honestly,
What does that mean? What, I stink?
Honestly, I was like, when I saw you and I saw how, how passionate you was about it, I was like, oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know
It
what I mean?
resonated
Like,
with
oh
you.
yeah. I came in and I mirrored some of your style. You and Alan Stallings are two of the guys who I really mirror a lot. Ryan Patton too. You know, I worked with him closely this year. So
Shouts out to Stallings and Pat.
oh yeah. So when I first, saw you carrying tires, I was like, yeah, I can do this.
But no set time to move up, right? On the cup time. How long did y'all wait for that to come?
3, my 3rd year. I moved up to as a backup. Yeah.
How about you, Rod?
So it was my 2nd year.
Your 2nd year.
Yeah, the end of my 2nd year.
And when it came, right?
It came. You had to be ready. So yeah, when I first saw you, you spent a lot of time in the weight room, working out extra, doing hangs on your own, and I saw the dedication and hard work.
And I told y'all that too, right?
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why athletes are so easy. Football players in particular are so easy to transition into what we're doing because we're used to putting our bodies in harm's way.
Right.
We're used to doing that. We're playing in traffic essentially as human Frogger is what we're doing. You have to be a bit off.
Yeah.
So we know that we're all off here, especially you bringing this darn helmet into my studio, man. We got plenty coming back with Rod and Brandon. Sit tight. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Here's your chance to win a set of your very own Hercules tires. Go to HerculesTires.com/MRN. Simply register, and each month we'll give away 1 set of tires. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading mileage coverage to get you wherever you need to go, no matter where the road takes you. Register now for your chance to win a set of Hercules tires at HerculesTires.com/MRN. Hercules Tires. Ride on our street.
Some people pay a premium to see their heroes work their magic, but at the Talladega Garage Experience, you get prime access without the price tag. Spend your weekend watching your team gear up, then go to Gatorade Victory Lane to help them celebrate.
It wasn't just built to be a museum. It was built to be a shrine to the history, heritage, and future of the sport we love. Visit the NASCAR Hall of Fame and see how Petty, Earnhardt, and hundreds of other NASCAR legends became heroes. Watch their most electrifying moments, experience realistic racing simulators, and much more. Plan a trip to the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte. Tickets at NASCARHall.com. NASCAR Hall of Fame. This is our sport. This is our house.
Facebook and Twitter, MRN is there. Follow MRN on social media for all the latest happenings from the track and in NASCAR. Breaking news, video, photos, live races and shows, stats, opinion, and more. Follow along on MRN's Facebook and Twitter.
And we're back with the MRN Crew Call. I'm your boy Rocko Williams here with Brandon Grier and Rod Cox, and we're on our financial crew chief section of the show where we talk about money and life after pit stops, So before we get into that, I just want to finish up with you, Brandon, because and Rod, I want to, before we leave the recruit process and actually getting on, as far as that process is involved, you've been at Hendrick. You signed a 5-year contract, correct? Both of y'all.
Yeah.
That's how it was. So that's the only team you've been with.
Oh, yeah.
Is this a team you foresee yourself with for the rest of your career, being that that's the only place you've been? Have you ever thought about that type of stuff, or?
I mean, you have to think, you have to plan for the worst. But, yeah, me personally, I love Hendrick. The company, they take care of us. I don't have nothing bad to say about the company. And, I would love to finish my career off at Hendrick Motorsports. But then again, you always have to plan for the worst. So, you can never just say, I'm going to be there. Plan to be there for the rest of your career because everything changed. Even when, switching from 6-man to 5-man, a lot of people had to move around. It wasn't any space. And at a company like Hendrick, the talent is so tight there. It's so close. Like, everybody could, compete at that level. So. But, man, I love Hendrick Motorsport. I love it.
That's the only team you've been at, right?
Yeah, the only team I've been at. I I've thought about the worst, like say one day I had to leave there and I would go somewhere else. But as long as they'll have me, I'll stay.
Yep.
How would you go somewhere else in that process? I mean,
well,
how do you do that?
I guess you'd have to do a lot of networking at the track, and talk to people, and throw your name out there. And
I think you gotta let your talent speak for itself too. Sometimes because I mean those coaches are out there. We see them, they see us. Everybody's cordial with each other out there. So that's another reason why you can't take a stop off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because it's constantly eyes on you. So.
Well, with that being said, that falls right in line with our Moneylion financial crew chief. Life after pit stops, like you say, we can't do this forever. I would like to know from each of you what you guys are doing now to prepare yourself for that day when you're not going over the wall as a over the wall athlete. But how would you transition? What are you thinking about now, as far as that's involved?
Well, me personally, I'm still continuing my education in engineering. I'm taking courses, doing exercises, working with, small firms here and there on projects. And me and my wife started a pressure washing business. So we're doing that on the side as well as.
What are you pressure washing?
Anything that's dirty. Anything.
Okay. And you started that with your wife?
Started with my wife, yes.
Okay.
And we also started real estate investment this year, so we're doing that as well. So.
And we saw your wife, and keep in mind, all of our listeners, you can view all of our content on MRN.com or the Facebook fan page where we have our slideshows. We saw you and your beautiful wife, your Rottweilers that you own. You start making these babies now in our career as we go.
Right.
And that's just another challenge you have to manipulate and manage.
Oh yeah.
That life.
Oh yeah.
Outside of the track. What about you, Brandon?
Me,
as we see your slideshow.
Right now I'm researching the food truck circuit right now. I eventually want to own my own.
Big in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Big everywhere.
I eventually want to own my own barbecue restaurant, but I'm gonna start off with the food truck, and I'm also getting into real estate investment as well. And my wife is currently getting registered to be a psychiatrist, so we're gonna open up her own place of business as well. So
that's awesome. Who's the money savers in your family? Is it you or wifey, or a little bit of both?
It used to be her. Now it's both of us. Like
really?
we both got on the same page, and I think that's important. Especially this part of our career. Both of us are, doing well for ourselves. So
that's funny you say that. What do you mean by this part of your career for those who don't know you? This part of your career, when you say that, what were you referring to?
We're maturing. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 5 years. And so I know that NASCAR isn't forever. And, I have two little girls as well. So, you always have to plan for that. And so I think I've moved towards that part, like not spending and putting a little bit away.
So you're kind of acting like a veteran now, man. I'm not used to this, man. Last time I was kicking it with y'all, man, y'all running around with your hair on fire, buying everything, just turning up. What about you, Rod? Who's the money saver in your house?
It is definitely me. Per se, my whole family, like growing up, they can tell you. My teammates would tell you. My teammates would say it was cheap, but I view it more as frugal. I'm smart and choicey about how I spend my money.
We got him putting cheese on his burgers now.
I do not put cheese on my cheese.
Why? Because you don't like cheese, or because it costs 25 cents?
It costs $1.35 to put that on your burger.
Man, you gotta have your cheese, man.
No, I need that dollar more than I need that cheese.
See, he's not the one I would kick it with on the road. I had my teammates that I would kick it with on the road.
See, that's the thing. When we go out, Rob picks a place where they give you a lot of food, and he pays a little bit of money on the road.
Okay.
But if it's like a quick spot, Rod's not putting cheese on their burger.
See, I was about to ask you. I was like, what do you spend your money on? So I know it's food for you, Rod.
Good food. If it's good food, I'll spend my money.
Oh yeah.
What about you, B?
Me, I cook every Friday. I barbecue every Friday.
So that's okay. Yeah. It's in your genes.
Yes.
You want that barbecue spot.
Yes, sir.
You're doing your research and development.
Oh yeah.
It's safe to say your tires run your life, though. You know, they're important in your life. They pay the bills.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, all of our viewers and fans have an opportunity to win a free set of tires from Hercules Tires. You know, all you have to do is go online and register at HerculesTire.com/MRN to enter for an opportunity to win a free set of tires from Hercules Tires. You know, with that being said, hey,
Good deal.
we'll be right back with more from MRN Crew Call, and we have our Clutch Coffee performers coming up as well.
People were all up in my grill and my boy Rocko got out and knocked them out cold, man.
Did you know that banks collected over $15 billion in unnecessary bank fees last year? Come on, enough is enough. It's time we took back control of our finances. That's why Moneylion is proud to bring you the Financial Crew Chief and to be a NASCAR sponsor. Look, no one knows more about hard work and pursuing their dreams than NASCAR fans, drivers, and teams. So we want to bring you the kind of banking that the big banks would never build, with features like zero-fee checking and zero-fee investment accounts. And because life is also meant for a join, with Moneylion, NASCAR fans get even more. We're giving away 1,500 NASCAR tickets to our members this year. Plus, you can get 5% cash back on NASCAR tickets, at-track purchases, and all purchases at NASCAR.com. Learn more at Moneylion.com or download our app. This is America's most powerful financial membership. Moneylion. Here we roar.
Jeff Gordon has come from virtually nowhere.
He's one of NASCAR's all-time greats.
For the 93rd time in his career.
A pioneering champion.
Be at the right place at the right time.
The kid who took on the good old boys and changed NASCAR.
We started to go toe-to-toe from Earnhardt.
MRN presents a 10-part podcast series that traces Jeff Gordon's rise to NASCAR legend. Jeff Gordon, the colorful career of the Rainbow Warrior. Available now at MRN.com and your favorite podcast source.
And we're back with MRN Crew Call, and it is the Clutch Performance Award of this week, and it should be obviously who it is. Not only is it my former team in the number 9 that formerly was known as the 24 by Jeff Gordon, but the number 9 team is balling out, and we have to show them some love with Nick Odell changing on the front, Chad Averett changing on the rear. Tyler Simke, we heard from him earlier as a jackman, Jared Erspalmer as the tire carrier, and John Giannato as the fuelman. Congratulations, guys. You will get your Clutch coffee this week. I'll hand deliver them to you since I'll be in Michigan this weekend, and I'll make sure you get hooked up with that Clutch coffee. You know what I'm saying, guys? So any disputes in that, you know?
None at all.
They deserve to win it.
They
won every stage.
Stage.
You know, they led the most laps.
He dominated.
Won the damn race.
Dominated.
You know, and to do that as an athlete, like first, before we even go to what they accomplished by achieving that, describe yourself as an athlete, both of y'all, and then run down and describe your teammates. Can y'all do that for me real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Myself as an athlete, I would view myself a very crafty, smart athlete. You know, I've never been the athlete, even though my numbers were, very good, is only because I worked hard and I play the game smarter and not harder. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been the fastest, the strongest, jump the highest, but I would always be in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm. About you, B?
Say I'm explosive and powerful. Just,
okay.
Leave it at that.
And under the radar.
Yeah.
What about your rear changer? What about Donnie?
Front changer?
Oh, front changer. Yeah. You're the rear. And what about Donnie?
Donnie is very smart as well.
Yes.
He has very fast hands as well.
Donnie Tasser, that is, by the way. Well, let's talk about the best guy on your team.
You already talked about
No, besides y'all, because y'all disrespecting me right now. That is now Spencer Bishop.
Oh.
Wake Forest alumni.
Forest, okay.
You're Jackman.
Okay.
He's not here. Shouts out to Spencer Bishop. Hey,
yes,
man, we're going to get you on in here by yourself, see, because I know you'll do it right. You're not going to bring this. Oh, my God. I don't even know what it is. Anyways,
go ahead, touch it.
Spencer Bishop. Describe Spencer, man.
Spence is...
Besides the fact he looks like Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's nothing short of a Titan. You know, he doesn't quit, doesn't give up.
Yeah.
He keeps on going and going and going, and he'll give his best all the time.
And then you have your fuel man, Brian Dill. Is he at Hendrick now?
Yeah.
Or he is at Hendrick now, full time. Brian Dill, an old Red Bull guy. You know, I know Brian Dill. What about him?
He's a smooth athlete.
Mm-hmm.
He's like one of those sneaky, you know, you don't really look at him and see, but when you see him in motion, you be like, yeah, that's real smooth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I say that to say, guys, you know, yes, the 9-team won the Clutch Performance of the Week award, you know, and as well as they accomplished something that is so hard to do for a crew member. And it might be overlooked, but, you know, as a crew member, being able not only to win every stage, you know, that's fine. That's in the driver's hand.
Right.
But when you're coming down leading, you know, not only that, in Watkins Glen, you're only doing 1 to 2 pit stops.
Right.
So you don't have many chances to do that, right? And then when you come down leading and all you can do backwards. Oh, yeah. Add on to backwards and then maintain. Right. It's not about beating anybody when you're leading up front or when you're running in the top 5.
Right.
It's all about just maintaining that spot. And they were able to accomplish that. I created a video showcasing that to better, you know, explain what we're talking about because that was impressive. You know, can we see that? By the way, Kenyatta is going to sing us and rap our way through this, of course. He is the honorary Clutch Pit Crew artist. All music only comes through Yada the Captain. That index. With the adjustment. 14.6 on TV time, you know? And here's the 19 as they were running in second place. They're doing their pit stop. They clocked them at 14.3, you know, give or take. You know, you can never trust TV time. But long story short, you know, they came in after Chase came in. So therefore, if any mistake that 9 crew would have had, it would have been a totally different story. That is what I'm talking about when it falls all on us. You know, it wasn't just about Chase. It was Chase's race to lose, but it was his pit crew to lose as well because at the end of the day, as you see right here, look, the 19 is coming off pit road, creeping. There is Chase with the lead. It's over. Now our job is done, right? It's up to the driver. We did what we could do, you know, what we had to do, and
you see how close they were when they came off the pit road. Like anything somebody would have missed a couple of lug nuts, or somebody would have missed a hang.
You know,
whenever you see those tires going on the same side at the same time, you know it's a good pit.
It is a good pit stop, but you know, so you're done with the backward stops. You guys have where we going? We got Michigan coming up. You know, and after a win like that, what was it like in the shop? You know, this week preparing for Michigan after one of your teammates have won. I mean, did it affect anything at all, or was it business as usual?
Business as usual.
What I mean. Yeah, but you see a little pep in everybody's step, you know, coming off of a win like that, you know, and then, you know, like TJ said earlier, like the 9 team has been struggling, you know, this past month. So,
they had a rough July.
Yeah, you know, to start this one off with a win, it gave everybody a little bit of a boost.
And then we have how many races to the Chase starts? It's got to be like 4 or 5, if that, you know, but with that starts, you know, the playoff start. There's 4 races left to the playoff start, and you guys in the 37 Chris Buescher, you aren't in the running now in the top 16, but at the same time, that doesn't take anything away from how y'all want to perform during the race, right? Y'all are running your own race. Y'all have your own agenda.
Oh, yeah.
Offer some insight to what that is. Do you have any personal end-of-the-season goals you're trying to meet or any accolades you're trying to achieve?
Our team as a pit crew on the 37 car, we're trying to be at least in the top 10 every week on the Infinity Report.
Okay.
Every week.
And the Infinity Report is NASCAR's report.
Right. Yes.
All right. That goes out and everybody sees that, right?
Yeah, everybody sees that.
Yeah.
Like this past week, we were 5.
5th.
5th, yeah. We were 5th this week.
Right.
So, you know,
and I think JTG as a company, they want to win a race. You know, so we still have to be on that game every weekend because, you know, we're not in the running for it right now, but a win can get us that final spot. So I think every week from now on, it's going to be, you know, they're going to be on edge because they want to, you know, perform well. So I think, you know, right now, we just got to go out there and do what we know how to do.
Well, I know one thing you better not do is be the reason why Y'all don't win a race. All right? Brandon Grier and Rod Cox, thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
I do not thank you for bringing this helmet on my show.
Just rub it one time.
All right, no, I don't want to rub it. I'll pour some Clutch coffee on it. You know, that's what I do.
Wait for us to win 10 games, guaranteed.
My boys here, Hendrick Motorsports, JTG, App State, NC State. We out.